Welcome back. Tonight we got a Loch Ness lookalike, a ghost dog with bad habits, and no creepy videos from all around the world. So kick back, grab your snacks, and let's go.
This ancient city in India called Dwara. Supposedly this city was just highly technologically advanced. It says there was 900,000 royal palaces made from crystal and silver, and like the whole interior was like gold and gems and like just this immaculate giant city, right?
Yeah.
But there was another rival city that tried to take over, and it says that there was a war that happened between them. It said this one city had ships that sailed in the air and that they would shoot lightning down onto the city to try to destroy it. And then the people of Dwara said that they were shooting lightning back, and then shortly after this war, the whole place was flooded and lost forever.
Bro.
So they thought.
They found it?
Said that it was built off of 6 stones.
Yeah.
They described them in such a, like, these 6 stones that fit the description perfectly.
Awesome.
They found like coins that they carbon dated like over 11,000 years ago, and like all this crazy architecture that they're just pulling up. Like they're like starting to discover more and more the deeper they dug into the ocean. India basically is like, no more. Like we're done looking at it. Basically cut all funding and like.
Well, maybe it just became too expensive.
Maybe this monster from the Bible isn't actually a story.
Something really strange is happening in our oceans, and the wildlife is clearly reflecting that. Groups of whales have been coming together before beaching and unaliving themselves, and scientists have no clue why. This specific group was located near Australia, and the general assumption was that they may have just wandered too close to shore by accident. But the exact same thing happened near Taylor's Bay, and according to the locals who were trying to help, the whales and dolphins sounded like they were screaming for help. Check it out real quick.
They first stranded before 2 p.m. yesterday at the rocky beach in Taylor's Bay.
They were screaming. It is probably the thing that's stopping me from sleeping, because you can hear this screaming and your ears, they were making more than a noise. They were really yelling out for help.
And even after the locals and rescue teams helped the whales back into the water, they re-beached themselves further down the coast, almost as if they refused to go deeper into the ocean. Over in the beach in Oregon, a female anglerfish washed up, which is really strange when you consider that they live 2,000 to 3,000 feet deep. And with the huge anomaly that we were initially told was a glitch coming back, people's speculation is starting to grow and theories are starting to circulate. I touched on the first theory that states that very large creatures, or a very large creature, possibly Leviathan, has entered our ocean's ecosystems, eating the wildlife and scaring them as well. But there's a second theory stating that some sort of frequency device is being used or tested, heating up the oceans and scaring the wildlife. Leave like
Visitors to Scotland's Loch Ness have sworn that they have seen a monster coming up from the depths. Now the question is, has Nessie come to the United States? The mysterious sea creature was just spotted off the coast of North Carolina, and it's got a lot of people scratching their heads.
What on earth is that?
Look at that.
The giant sea creature was spotted off the coast of North Carolina.
I stood up real quick and I said, oh my gosh, it was kind of like we saw a dinosaur.
The Twitterverse is going into overdrive, a reference to the legendary Loch Ness monster of Scottish folklore. To solve the mystery, we turn to wild.
Now, we all know we've been questioning the ocean for a very long time now. A lot of people have been talking about the Leviathan, or we even been talking about the Megalodon, right? I personally believe they be telling us in these movies, yo, there's a whole civilization under there. Like, if you've seen in the movie Wakanda Forever, you've seen it was a whole civilization of people down there. Movies like Underwater got that big-ass creature. There's some down there.
Man, I get excited every time I see a new Nessie video, and then about a day later it gets debunked as a deformed log floating in the water and completely crushes my dreams.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on!
I'm sorry, but what they're doing in South Korea is insane, and you have no idea what's going on. So yeah, if you don't know anything about this, and you don't know what's about to happen, you are going to want to watch this video, trust me. So you look at this, you probably think, oh, it's the backrooms, or, I don't know, inside of a theme park ride or something like that. But actually, no, because this is an artificial sun that South Korea are making. There's lots of countries around the world now that are actually starting to make artificial suns. Why? I don't know. But this one, some pretty scary stuff has gone on in here, and just you wait. Basically, what they're trying to do in here is nuclear fusion. It reached a new record of holding it at 180 million degrees for 48 seconds. Probably wondering what nuclear fusion is, why do they want to do it, and I mean, well, that's it, just read. The benefits of it, this is basically the list of why people want to achieve nuclear fusion. Which, I mean, kind of goes hand in hand with old 2030 project, doesn't it, if you know what I mean? And I was saying by 2025, they want to be able to hold it at 300 million degrees for over a minute. I mean, soon, who knows what will be possible. But please, this is in South Korea. Do not let this guy get his hands on it, or we'll probably be putting people inside the damn thing. Enough all about. I'll keep.
Have new reports that a highly sophisticated terrorist attack brought down the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore. The FBI opening this criminal probe into the bridge collapse, and according to the FBI, agents raided the container ship Dali early this morning just before sunrise. I'm quoting now the FBI. The FBI is present aboard the cargo ship Dali, conducting court-authorized law enforcement activity. They say there is no other public information available, and we will have no further comment on them.
Is microwave popcorn. Microwave popcorn is the devil for a lot of different reasons, right? But the problem with microwave popping corn is the lining of the bag. Okay, so first of all, they're lining the bag with like PFOAs. Now, this is like perfluoroacetic acid. And the problem with this is that it is considered to be a carcinogen, but it's linked to cancer, it's linked to infertility issues in lab animals once it's heated up. So the interesting thing is, if it's linked to all these issues in lab animals when you heat it up, and now all we're really doing is heating it up. You can't eat microwave popcorn without heating it up. Now we've got a hot mess of a problem. Now the other thing is, there's something in a lot of microwave popcorn, when you see on the side of the bag where it says artificial flavor, or butter flavoring, or butter flavored, right? They're not using real butter here. What they're actually using is something called TBHQ and diacetyl butter flavoring, right? You can barely even say the words, but it usually says artificial flavoring, so on and so forth. The problem with it is that it's linked to brain inflammation.
Well, thank you kindly for the info. I know Over Redenbach is sitting back smiling, counting his millions. It sounds like the only thing safe to eat at this point is air, and even that's got some dust in it.
How are you? Alive.
I think everything is a conspiracy, although I told y'all 2 years ago, I showed y'all the report where the CIA created the term conspiracy theory for critical thinkers. It is just a weaponized term, and it is not a conspiracy that there likely is a clone-yay and clones and skin mask, and Jamie Foxx might be the next one. It's not a conspiracy that these things actually exist. So I'm just going to show you guys the difference between clones and skin masks that are going around because the world is a stage and everything is not what you think it is.
Humans made to order, mothers giving birth to themselves, babies conceived just so their body parts can be transplanted. Come with me into the scary new world of cloning. The nightmarish stuff of science fiction has suddenly become a reality. Behind those walls, there are people with the technology, the ability, and the desire to genetically engineer human embryos, to be the first in the world to successfully clone a human being.
Very pleased to announce that the first baby clone is born. She was born yesterday at 11:55 a.m. in the country where she was born. So this will not give you more details about the location. She's fine. We call her Eve.
Unexplained is a private company. We founded that 4 years ago, got the fundings to really have lab last August. And so now we have 3 scientists working almost full-time in a lab here in the United States with the major goal for us to produce a human embryo by human cloning.
See, look at that. It be your own people. Whoever threw her in that overhead know they're wrong for that. They could at least throw a wig on her or something.
Across something that was really cool, and I feel like it sets this house apart. The reason why I'm just now founding this crawl space is because of this drywall. The owner, she had this drywall covering the crawl space. That's not the cool thing about it. And I want y'all to check this out. So while I was here, I found this table, and I also found this extra space right here. You have a vent right there. I think I just heard some footsteps. This can't be a squatter.
CCTV footage shows employees and visitors getting nipped at the ankles or even scratched by something that they can't see. Now, with so many people experiencing the exact same phenomena, and with all of it caught on camera, it makes you wonder whether the spirit of little Watson the dog is still hanging around the old soda shop, scaring the patrons, but perhaps only trying to find new friends to play with.
I wonder if becoming a ghost is like a glitch, and then tech support gets called, then they send you on your way. But looking at this video, old habits are hard to break, because at least one of those was not an ankle nip.
Oh my God.
Everywhere. It's crazy. Yo, look at the fucking thing. Look at it. Look at it. Look, oh my God. Oh. Jordan, move. Jordan, move. We're good. Move. It's over the road. It's north. Okay. We're safe. We're safe. We're safe. That's a big one. I have. Jordan, it's starting to fucking move. No, it's not. We're just getting close, guys. Okay. I want to back off. We're good. We're good. Trust me. I'm a pro, Bob. I know you are. I'm a pro. I know you are. You're safe now. This is scary. Oh. Can you back this up quickly if something happens? Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't believe in conspiracy theories about how the government controlled the weather until I must have saw a post that said watching us ain't hit the banks yet. Them niggas know not to let it hit them.
What are you thinking? If humans can see water but not air, does that mean fish can see air but not water?
In that case, wouldn't it mean they just see each other flying and levitating around?
So are lobsters and crabs like humans because they can walk?
So fish would essentially just be birds of the water.
So there's this whole other world that's living a reality similar to us, but in water.
Man, I just thought about something.
Time traveling?
Time traveling, yeah. What if the government made up lottery tickets
to catch time travelers?
Exactly. Hunter Masters is probably tracking Rosalina.
Here's a thought. Coffee-flavored water doesn't sound good.
Yeah?
Well, that's what coffee is.
True. Well, you know, once you've turned 30, you've spent a whole month celebrating your birthday.
Oh, your car keys have traveled farther than your car.
The point of golf is to play the least amount of golf possible.
Oh, things are getting weird.
These are all valid points, no matter the inspiration from which they came. I wonder what question Steve Jobs asked himself while he was high out of his mind in Tibet before creating Apple.
If your leg get cut off, would it hurt? Duh. How though? Cause your leg got cut off, fool. Where you gonna feel the pain? In your leg. Exactly, bruh. How you gonna feel the pain in your leg if your leg is gone?
Water pipe cut out. All this stuff is built up on the inside. Some of them worse than others, but this is it. And this is iron and lime that they pump into these pipes because a lot of them have lead joints. And so they pump this stuff in here because it builds up, it cakes up, and it covers the lead so the lead doesn't leach in. But that is what you're drinking.
Real life tears cause I'm getting robbed in broad daylight. They can have the car.
Apple has put out a new warning telling people not to sleep next to iPhones while they are charging. The tech giant's latest iPhone user manual says, quote, do not sleep on a device, power adapter, or wireless charger, or place them under a blanket, pillow, or your body when they are connected to a power outlet. Instead, users should keep iPhones, power adapters, and any wireless chargers in a well-ventilated area away from the body when charging. Otherwise, the phones risk generating too much heat and sparking.
I just came from my Airbnb. Went to the basement and look at this shit. Y'all don't do Airbnb. Oh my motherfucking god. Yo, I'm feeling, oh fuck, oh shit. Oh shit!
Look, I know you can't wait to go on that vacation. Your bags is packed, you're ready to go, but please pay attention to those small details in that Airbnb listing before you go. It may save you some heartache down the road.
Mira. No mames, ve. ¿Ve eso? Mames, eso está bien cabrón.
No manches, pa. No. Mira. Ay, Dios mío. Dios mío.
No te pases de lanza.
Mira. No. Ve. Ay, Dios mío, ve. No manches, ve. Ay, Dios mío de mi vida. No te pases de lanza, ve.
La bestia. ¿Qué es esa madre? Mira. ¿Cómo le está haciendo Naomi?
No
Hay que pasarle por encima. Le pasaría por encima, pero está el señor ahí.
Señor. No te pases.
Miren.
Nossa senhora, que bicho feio é aquele? Tá passando. Vai lá em cima, viado. Vai em cima. Vai em cima. Credo. Que porra é essa, mano?
Doors, but never what's behind them.
It's like thinking about what's behind the door. So, like, you know what I'm saying? When I'm in the room, it's like, damn, it's another room. So I just keep going in a different room. So one of them times I open the door, I'm going to be afraid.
We never had access to that sort of information.
I call it the room with the door behind it. You never get to that door. We always got through the first door, and we were so excited about being in that room that we never looked at the next door, right?
It's a level of success where it's a door. When you platinum and you getting 50,000 a show, I've been there. There's a door that you can walk in. But I was offered these doors. I just chose to go straight. And I haven't been platinum since.
There's a curtain, there's another room, and there's a curtain. And in that room is some You're like, God damn, I didn't know y'all doing this back here.
You guys recognize Jim here? He hints towards what happens behind these doors.
You know, let me tell you something about celebrities. And let me tell you something about some big sports stars. If you honestly knew what some of your favorite big superstars really did behind closed doors, if you really knew what your favorite radio star, TV star, newscaster truly did behind closed doors, none of us are perfect. We all do weird things. We're all freaky and weird and crazy. But if you knew, you wouldn't follow half the people.
Yeah, it's probably fun. How did you get in here?
Look, I don't know what kind of abomination that was, but if there's one, then there's more. And if there's more, then whoever lives with me will be required to perform fire watch duties until further notice.
You come with me, boy. All right, boy. Your time is now.
Get him.
Yeah, get him. Wrap him up. Jimmy, Missy, I'm gonna have to critique you on your web. Right now, it's looking pretty rough. Good job.
As if things ain't fucked up enough, look at this motherfucker right here. Look at him in Peru. They got him on camera.
Yo, what the actual? That there is an alien.
It's the 76 signing out.
You see this, right? You do see this, right? Uncle Larry, is Jeffrey in here?
Right here, we're working on the bed.
Jeffrey, say something.
Huh?
Say something. Fuck you. Hold on, guys, come in here.
Why?
Come in here. Just. I'm not seeing things, right? You see it, Corn? Guys, come in here. I'm being good. Where you at? Where you going? What the hell's that? Don't move. Don't say anything.
Jeffrey. I thought you were doing everything. I thought you were doing everything. Is that a person?
Now how can you confuse this for anything other than what it is? Your baby mama. Next time you say you're going to get milk and end up at Chris' house playing 2K, you may want to turn your location off.
One of the first original public clones was Michael Jackson.
What?
Yes. So if you take a look at Michael Jackson, right? Oh, he had plastic surgery. This is why they're making plastic surgery really popular, quote unquote, because they can basically deduce, oh, the celebrity had plastic surgery. It's not a clone, it's plastic surgery. That's why they look different, right? So Michael Jackson was their first sort of test run for cloning. And specifically the reason why they replaced him with a clone was because he was saying too much.
He was, right?
He was against the system. He was talking, you know, out of bounds, quote unquote, because they couldn't control him anymore. And he wanted to wake people up. So they kicked him off. They replaced him with a clone. And that's why his skin got whiter. That's why his face got more gaunt.
A peculiar video from Moscow shows a man closely filming a tiny creature, apparently grasping a small branch with finned paws, like a squirrel, but with a long fish-like tail and aquatic features. The unidentified cameraman captures the amphibious, being up close as it clings to the stick in 2021, with the strange animal's identity concealed. Theories have circulated about its origins. Some believe it may be an alien species, dwelling in the waters of Russia's capital. Skeptical viewers suggest advanced digital editing crafted the fish. Squirrel hybrid. However, it could potentially be a natural mutant or evolution of native wildlife. Further testing of the footage is needed to determine if this is legitimate biological discovery or an elaborate fabricated hoax. Either way, the unique fish mammal has sparked imaginations about what secret creatures may live among us.
I know I'm home alone tonight and I just heard a noise. So if there's a home intruder listening right now, I'm naked and I have a tomahawk. Now I'm about to go take a sip of some lemonade. So if when I'm done sipping on my lemonade and I hear another noise, I'm gonna sweep this house naked with my tomahawk. Now here's the thing. If when I do so naked with my tomahawk, I find someone that shouldn't be here, I'm gonna make the beaches of Normandy.
I don't know if this is a threat or some kind of kinky role-playing fetish, but that's the last thing maintenance wants to hear when they come in to fix your sink.
Little pig, let me in.
Alright guys, that's it. I've spent 24 hours on the dark side of TikTok, and now I see the light. If you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Comment on your favorite clips and join the space crew, because we rocking.